Guys,
Hey, congrats on the win.
thank you. It was well needed.
Yeah. How did it feel to play your first game in Reed Gym?
Mixed emotions. I really wanted all the fans in there supporting, but with this year, you just gotta pack with the punches and you just gotta keep on going. But it was really fun. It was just a good team effort here.
How did you feel like without having fans in the stands? Do you guys feel like you are able to like pump each other up? Do you feel like the sideline is a little more wild with you guys than previous seasons?
Yeah, so we have to be self motivators. Every day at practice or even at games, we have to come in ready to go. There's not going to be when you score a bucket. There's not going to be fans in there going, "Yeah, woohoo!" We got to control what we do, and we got to make the energy for us. So that's a big part this year. That last year you know that you can hear them on the bench, but this year it's just full bench, full guys on the team, just being loud and bringing the energy.
It seemed like you guys or your teammates did a lot better job at getting the ball to you in the post. I mean, what kind of changed with your offense? Was that something you guys worked on in practice? Was doing different things that can get you the ball on the block?
Yeah, so with our offense, we do that type of swing, and it's always good to get inside outside. It always opens up. If they play too much on the inside, you got open threes, and we got guys to make them. And if they're playing just 1-on-1, that the bigs got to go to work.
Um, what you guys kind of had less turnovers today, but I mean it was still 15. What do you think it is kind of about the turnovers that's just been plaguing you this year?
Well, if you got, we have 13 new guys, so that's 13 new guys that hasn't put on an Idaho State jersey, and that's including me this year. So we really just got to keep on. We're chopping them down right now. I think last week we had 19, now we're down to 15. So we're doing a lot better now. So we just got to keep on going on just turnovers and just keep on trying to get it less and less.
Is that something for you? Like when you're in the high post and stuff, is it tough when you haven't played with these guys so much and it's like you don't know where they're going to be, and sometimes you throw a pass anticipating they're going to go that way, but you haven't played with them, so it's like they don't. How many times does that happen? Stuff like that.
So that's why we got practice. We're just repping it out now. We just trying to rep it out. I think we have a good amount of just playing with each other to know where we're at. We're just got to calm down and we just got to play our game.
What did when you guys were watching film this last week? What did the coaches kind of tell you about where the turnovers were coming from and what you can do to kind of chop down those numbers, like you were saying?
So for me personally, it came from being impatient. I rushed a little too fast, but now we've been working on it, and we've been. I think we're doing a lot better now of being patient and taking what the defense gives us.
You
To
guys had a.
oh,
Go ahead, Jordan. Oh well, you guys had a pretty comfortable lead going into the second half. What did you guys say in the locker room to make sure you kept that fire going?
Just like we were saying before, self motivation. When you come out at halftime at 0-0 and you want to win again. So, and I think what we win by, how much do we win by?
Like, was it 40 points?
Yeah. So we came out second half and we really just dug in and we tried to limit their field goal and their field goal percentage, and I think we did that.
I know it's not exactly the most experienced team that you played, but does it feel like a monkey off your back to just get a win and then you can kind of go forward from here?
Yeah, so everybody wants to win, but we did play some tough competition at the very first. But it was good to get this win, and it's good to just keep on rolling now. So if we can just keep on rolling and keep our spirits high, I think we'll do really good.
You have a lot of shooters around you this year. I mean, you got Tarek, Robert hit a bunch, Austin. How important is it for you in the post to be able to kick the ball out to those guys, and how much of an emphasis do you put on making sure to look for those shooters while you're have the ball down low?
Big emphasis. We're trying to take what the defense has given us like usual. So if they try to double like the last couple times, we're going to kick out to the 3-pointers, and we know that they're going in. Coach Looney and the coaching staff did a great job recruiting guys and getting guys here that to make threes. And we've been working on it every day. So we just got to put what we practice to in the game.
Can you take me through what it was like for you the first couple weeks of practice when it seemed like you guys were just plagued by COVID and you couldn't have a full team practice for, I think it was 28 days. I mean, what was that like for you and how tough was that?
Yeah, so this Corona is really messing us up. Like you guys know, we really just play it by ear to ear. Every time that we come back negative or the opponent comes back negative, we're like jumping for joy. We know that that's just that step closer to playing our game and just playing what we need. So we're really just trying to be a team priority. Like off the court, we're trying to hang out with each other. We're just trying to keep our bubble as close as possible.
How much has Coach Looney kind of been open about explaining all the COVID stuff that's going on with all the cancellations and all that? I mean, how much does he talk to you about it? He's
very open. We have a group chat, and he texts us as soon as he probably gets the information, or probably the next day. So he gets the information to us, and we just go from there. We just got to keep on taking it day by day. Be smart.
Is it kind of stressful sometimes, like right before a game? Like you've had games canceled like the day before. I don't know,
Yeah.
like you go like on the eve of a game, like, oh boy, hopefully everyone tested negative. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is that like? What goes through your head?
So if you guys didn't know, when the first week of playing basketball, there was six or so teams of the Big Sky that got a positive test, so they couldn't play. So we're just grateful for playing. We just tried to, like I said, tight bubble, and so we won't get a positive.
It's
you
kind
think
of
it's
weird.
more? Oh, sorry, Jordan.
It's kind of weird. Like I was noticing when the balls would go out of bounds, they would like sanitize it and stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. Do you guys look at that? Like you're like, I don't know. Does that make you feel better? You're like, wow, this is just really odd.
Well, it's just getting used to it. Like I don't notice it personally. I'm too focused on the game to really notice what's going around. I'm just too focused, and I think all the guys are like that too. So
Do you think it's more difficult being disciplined on the basketball court, trying to get better as an athlete, or more hard to be disciplined off the court, trying to not get COVID and wear your mask and socially distance and everything?
I think it goes hand in hand, honestly. If you want to play basketball, you're going to do good off court. If you just want to play and you want to keep on getting better, you're going to do better on the court. So it just goes hand in hand.
Thanks, Brayden. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you. Okay, guys, here's Coach.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going, Ryan?
Hey,
Good, how are you?
Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
What did you kind of see that pleased you tonight? Obviously, it wasn't like the competition you faced earlier this season, but to get a win, to do it by such a wide margin, are you pleased?
Yeah, for a few different reasons. Number one, we're trying to create an identity, areas where we can hang our hat. I'm pleased in two areas. Plus 16 on the glass. That's a huge deal for us. Because of that, you can see the huge free throw discrepancy in the box score. I'm also happy with the effort we played with defensively in the second half of the game. I thought we got a little bit flat once we built a 20-point lead. We challenged our guys, regardless of what the scoreboard says, to play a little bit harder defensively in the second half of the game. I thought we did that. And then I'm also pretty happy with how we spread our minutes. It's been a long time since I, as a coach, have spread our minutes that much in a game. If you look at our box score, Malik Porter, who's a starter, only played 16 minutes. Brayden played 20. Daxton got 20 minutes off the bench. Gideon 12. Liam 13, all the way down the line. Really hard to get 16 guys into one college basketball game. We were able to do that. I think we got better in some important areas, and everyone got on the floor. So that should help our morale moving forward too.
it seemed like you did a really good job tonight of getting the ball down low, whether it was Malik, whether it was Gideon, whether it was Brayden. How much of an emphasis did you place on that over the last week of practice?
I think we've probably for the last couple weeks played a big emphasis in doing that. Hard to recognize it when you're playing against a team like Utah, who has a 7-footer standing behind your post player the whole entire time. But that's been a big emphasis for us. I thought our guards did a better job getting it in there. Our bigs could have done a better job passing it out of there when they started to double a little bit.
I mean, still, the turnovers weren't as big as a problem tonight. I think there were 15, but I mean, that was a lot of guys who were just coming off the bench who haven't played in a while. Were you, I don't know, is that something that has gotten better, or did you still see problems in the turnover category?
I still see problems. I thought we did a really good job that first 10 minutes where we're trying to build our lead. Guys were focused and strong with the ball. I think once we got ahead, everyone got a little bit more careless. And I wouldn't attribute it just to guys coming off the bench. I think it was a collective effort with everyone. We know moving forward that that's a huge area of concern for us and that we definitely need better. Players need to be stronger with the ball. Myself, the rest of our coaches, we need to find some ways to help them do that.
How as the coach do you help with that, though? I mean, those are things that just kind of happen spur of the moment. As a coach, how do you try and trim those numbers down?
Well, I think there's two parts. Maybe I need to add a few things on offense that would require less passing. That would be one. Something definitely to think about. But I also think it's something that's going to take time with our team. We have 13 new players that aren't as comfortable as they need to be in our offensive system. They wouldn't be in any offensive system yet. And they just need more time playing together too, understanding where their teammates are going to be on the floor and where their teammates would like to have the ball as well.
Last night, were you at all kind of waiting for a text that had bad news, or were you pretty optimistic about that this game was going to get played?
I'm worried every night, to be honest with you. Myself, I think I did 6 COVID tests in the last 7 days just so we could play Utah and Bethesda today. There's a whole lot of anxiety every single day. You don't know what's going to happen when you wake up in the morning.
Are those all the nose ones, or is it some of the saliva too?
Oh no, it's all nose. They're starting to bleed now.
Oh my. I've had it a few times. Is it the water? Do you get the water in your eyes a little bit? Are you
they're a little bit better now than what they were when everyone was first doing them a long time ago.
That's brutal. That's tough.
Yeah.
It seems like Robert, when he gets going, can be one of your best offensive threats. In what ways do you guys what do you need to do to maximize his potential?
He needs just a little bit more time getting comfortable in what we're doing. As a point guard, on any team, there's a huge role to get your team organized on the floor on offense. And he's still learning that. But he's a talented player, and he plays extremely hard. Teammates love being on the floor with him. He'll definitely get where we need him to be. And I think all of our fans wish they could be in the gym with us, but they can expect big things from him moving forward.
Coach, today you talked about how you have so many new players on your team, and this is going to be their first home game that they'll remember in region with this huge win. What do you hope they take from this win today?
Well, I think at the end of the day, and we talked a lot about it in the locker room after the game, this is a unique year. Like, you can't rely on 2,000 fans to get you excited to play. You got to rely on your own internal motivation and the motivation that you can get from your teammates and coaches. So moving forward, like, everyone's going to remember this year. It's way different than any other year any player or coach has ever had. We're just trying to get to the point where our team is so connected and tight that the memories probably come from the relationships within versus the game itself.
There was a lot of – oh, go, Corinne.
Just digging a little deeper on what you already touched on. You talked about how you guys had a pretty good win, but not to get too comfortable. What was said in the locker room to make sure that you guys stayed fired up in going into that second half?
Well, I think at halftime, the big challenge was to grow and mature and to handle each situation in a game the right way. Scoreboard shouldn't matter up or down. You want to play the right way in every moment. That was what was talked about. But there was also a challenge for everyone not to get too comfortable, regardless of what the scoreboard says. We need to make sure that we're playing with the right effort defensively. And I think our guys did a really good job of that. I think with like 5 minutes left in the second half, they were shooting 20% from the floor and had 15 points. So I think our guys responded to that, and something that we're definitely going to need to continue to do all year long.
There was a lot of bizarre things, just like looking around, the empty stands, the pumped in crowd noise, like the guys sanitizing the balls when they went out of bounds. Was there any moment where you just like looked around, you're just like, man, this is weird?
You know what? Like, I haven't got too wrapped up in that, even playing our road games. Honestly, it feels more like a practice. I joked around with someone the other day when we were at Utah earlier in the week. I found myself standing on the baseline while we were running a baseline OB, trying to coach our team through it, and the official started yelling at me to get back on the sideline. Honestly, I just had to turn to him and say, sorry, there's nobody in here. For a moment, I thought we were at practice. So it's definitely different, without question.